Well, the moment the moment that we Beyond the Gates fans have been waiting for finally occurred. It's out. The secret is out, and as I said, normally I would take the time to talk about what happened in each episode the past week between July 14th and July 18th, but only one highlight from that entire week matters. It finally came out, and here's how it came out bit by bit. So we had known for months that Martin was haunted by something in his past. We had known that. And that past kept coming up in the form of that waiter, Kenneth, who was from whatever was plaguing him. And Martin was about to tell all before this. And then but after the shocking update occurred, Kenny, was no longer a problem. Figure that out. And Martin decided after much prodding, mainly from Smitty at the house, he finally told it all. So what happened so long ago that it affected Martin and was plaguing him in the events of the show? Here was the story. So a couple years back, there was a political event. It was Martin and Vernon. They were leaving that event on the road. They were just laughing about Vernon's old stories, and Martin was talking about how this dog was barking borderline on cue when Martin mentioned certain points in the speech. And I couldn't help but beam when he said the dog had better time than Richard Pryor, because again, hearing Richard Pryor reference on a soap, see, this is why we needed this. The representation and the mention regarding anything from the culture. I mean, Richard Pryor, that's big. I mean, if I hear Red Fox mentioned, I'm going to just beam and beam and beam. I really am. But, so anyway, that's how that went. It was a nice drive, but then finally, it was plagued by a flat tire. Of course, that would be the least of their problems. So just as Martin's taking care of the tire, these two pop up, who definitely look like they should be asked where they were on January 6, 2021. The slurs come within seconds because, look at them. It's what those two are capable of. Those characters, Kenny's one of them, hurl a web of racism, intimidation, and threats before they literally go after Vernon and Martin goes on the defensive big time. Takes down that other guy, not Kenny, but takes him down and just beats him down until, I won't complete that sentence. So, it's clearly an act of self-defense, but Vernon goes on the defensive here, calls in Detective Malone, Captain Hawthorne, the latter being Jacob's father. They get to work. Bill gets to work fixing it, but Kenneth comes back with a different face and makes threats, blackmail, and this, that, and the other. And that leads to the whole can of worms opening up again. The nightmares. Of course, Martin had the nightmares pretty much ever since then, but still. But Kenny is taken care of, big time. So, but yeah, Martin just came clean to Smitty, who was kind of outraged that it was kept in the dark, though Smitty should have been more understanding. It was self-defense. What Martin had to do, what he went through. But still, Smitty should have been just a bit more understanding. And of course, Anita found out the truth from Vernon about everything. And Nicole, this ended up being one more thing that Nicole was raging about, and she'd been raging about a lot ever since everything with Ted came out. Yeah. So, it was just a wild moment. And all of this was revealed on the Wednesday episode. The episode that aired on January. The episode that aired on July. I said January because I made that joke about those two. And because those two definitely look like they were at a certain place on January 6th. But That's why I said it, but that's why I mistakenly said January. But July 16th is what I meant. July 16th, Wednesday, July 16th. Everything about what Martin went through came out in true form on the July 16th episode, the Wednesday episode for this past week. So again, that was the true overall highlight of the week. There's really nothing much else to talk about from that past week between the 14th and the 18th. Of course, the 14th, of course, the whole thing was set up leading to everything coming out, and of course, the 17th and 18th was the beginning of the aftermath. And I'm pretty sure the aftermath is going to continue for a good bit. That is my brief recap of week 20. If you like this video, click the like button. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe if you want more. If you're on TikTok and Instagram, feel free to hit that follow button. And there's my story above, right above. There's a link to my story on Vocal. Check it out when you can. And regarding Beyond the Gates, until next time, when I recap everything from week 21, which is the 21st to the 25th, and I'll try to be a bit more timely. I'll try to get that by late Saturday, early Sunday at the latest. I will try my best to be more timely with this.